Welcome back, Barcelona fans. Tonight we dive into a huge and season-defining moment for FC Barcelona, because the Atletico Madrid clash could not come at a more perfect time for Hansi Flick's team. After losing the Clásico on October 26th and falling 5 points behind Real Madrid, nobody expected Barca to bounce back this fast. But with Madrid stumbling 3 matches in a row, Barcelona are suddenly back on top of La Liga, even though the performances haven't fully convinced. And that's exactly why this match against Diego Simeone's informed Atletico is absolutely massive. A win doesn't just keep Barcelona first, it changes the entire narrative of their season. Plus, we break down Pedri's big return, Flick's emotional moment after Alavés, the predicted 11, and what this game means for the title race. So make sure you watch till the end, because this is the moment Barcelona can prove they are real contenders. Let's dive in. Opinion: Atletico Madrid clash comes at the perfect time for Barcelona to change the narrative. October 26, 2025 is not a day many FC Barcelona fans want to remember. Hansi Flick's team lost 2-1 to Real Madrid, giving Los Blancos a 5-point lead at the top and effectively handing them the early initiative in a potential title race. Yet just over a month later, the picture could not feel more different. Real Madrid have stumbled through November, winning only once and drawing 3 consecutive matches. Barcelona, without playing sparkling football, now find themselves back on top of La Liga. Madrid's latest slip came last night in Girona, where Xabi Alonso's side dropped more points against a team sitting 18th with just 2 wins in 14 matches. On paper it was supposed to be a routine 3 points. Instead, it reinforced the sense that Real Madrid have handed the initiative back to their rivals. But whether Barcelona have earned that initiative is a fair question. Flick's team have not exactly dazzled since the Clásico defeat. Their performances have often lacked rhythm and conviction, and many of their recent wins have been battles of attrition rather than displays of dominance. Barcelona are top, but the ascent has been more about Madrid slowing than Barca accelerating. Last weekend at the Spotify Camp Nou highlighted that tension. Barcelona beat Alavés 3-1, doing enough to secure the result without suggesting they had turned a corner. Flick continues to insist the team is improving and that training performances are trending upward, but the evidence on the pitch has felt uneven. That is why the upcoming fixture against Atletico Madrid arrives at such a crucial moment. Barcelona host Diego Simeone's side at a time when Atletico are in their best run of form this season, having won 7 straight matches. Meanwhile, Real Madrid face a difficult trip to San Mamés to meet Athletic Club. Both matches carry enormous weight, but it is Barcelona who play first, and that timing matters. A win would put Flick's men 4 points clear at the top before Madrid even kick a ball. More importantly, it would give Barcelona something they have lacked all season: a statement performance in a big game. So far, they have faltered in their marquee fixtures, and the 3-0 humbling at Stamford Bridge remains a fresh wound. Beating Atletico would not erase those shortcomings, but it would shift the narrative. It would signal that Barcelona can rise to the moment, that their position at the top is not merely the product of Real Madrid's inconsistency, and that Flick's message of internal improvement is beginning to translate into real on-pitch progress. For a team still searching for an identity, still trying to convince themselves as much as anyone else, there may be no better opponent and no better moment. The question is simple: will Barcelona seize it? Barcelona lineup versus Atletico Madrid. Predicted 11 for La Liga clash with Hansi Flick set to make key Pedri decision. Barcelona are preparing for one of their biggest matches of the season, and the good news is that Pedri is expected to return to the starting lineup. After missing a month with a hamstring injury, the midfielder made his comeback against Alavés, coming off the bench and playing more than 30 minutes in Barcelona's 3-1 victory, a win that pushed Hansi Flick's side back to the top of La Liga. Because of his huge importance to the team, Flick is now ready to start Pedri again in the crucial showdown against Atletico Madrid at the Camp Nou. However, the coaching staff will still manage his minutes, so he's not expected to play the full match. Pedri will likely join Frenkie de Jong, who is returning after missing the previous game due to personal reasons. Together, they form Barcelona's most creative and balanced midfield pairing. Behind them, the defensive line could include Jules Koundé, Eric Garcia, the impressive young Pau Cubarsí and Alejandro Balde, giving Barca a mix of experience and youthful energy at the back. In attack, Robert Lewandowski is the favorite to start ahead of Ferran Torres in the striker role. The Polish forward would be supported by Lamine Yamal on the right, Dani Olmo in the playmaker role, and Rafinha on the left wing, forming a dangerous and dynamic front four. However, Barcelona still have key absences. Ter Stegen, Gavi, and Fermin Lopez remain sidelined with injuries, while Ronald Araujo may also miss out again as he continues to recover from illness. With important players returning and others still missing, Flick must get the balance right, and Pedri's comeback could be exactly what Barcelona need in such a tough fixture. If you want, I can also turn this into Barcelona possible starting lineup. Garcia, Kound, Garcia, Cubarsí, Bald, De Jong, Pedri, Yamal, Olmo, Rafinha, Lewandowski. Real Madrid draw third game in a row in La Liga, lose top spot to Barcelona. Real Madrid, Villarreal and Atletico Madrid are separated by just 3 points at the top of La Liga after 14 games each. Real Madrid failed to return to the top of the Spanish league on Sunday after being held 1-1 at relegation-threatened Girona. Kylian Mbappé converted a 67th-minute penalty after Azzedine Ounahi had put the hosts ahead in the 45th at Montilivi Stadium. Mbappé, who scored 4 goals midweek against Olympiacos in the Champions League, almost won it for Madrid when his right-footed strike from near the penalty spot just missed deep into stoppage time. Recommended for you. BCCI calls sudden meeting with Gautam Gambhir, Ajit Agrakar ahead of second ODI, report. Gautam Gambhir's relationship with Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma turns cold, BCCI upset, report. We knew he was special. KL Rahul in awe of young India pacer Harshit Rana. I liked how the team reacted, even though it wasn't enough to get the win, Real Madrid coach Xabi Alonso said. In the second half we improved and we could have won coming from behind. We couldn't finish the chances we created. Madrid complained it should have had a penalty in the 80th after a challenge on Rodrigo. It was the third straight league draw for Madrid, which relinquished the league lead on Saturday after Barcelona beat Alavés 3-1. Barcelona is 1 point ahead of Madrid after 14 matches. Girona, which is 18th, has won only one of its last 6 league games. Alberto Molero scored 5 minutes into stoppage time as third-placed Villarreal extended its league-winning streak to 5 matches with a 3-2 victory at Real Sociedad. Villarreal was leading 2-0 before the hosts hit back with goals in the 60th and 87th. Molero netted the winner with a shot from the edge of the area deep into added time. Villarreal is 1 point behind Madrid and 1 point ahead of fourth-placed Atletico Madrid, which beat last-placed Oviedo 2-0 on Saturday. Sociedad, which stayed 9th, had won 3 of its last 4 matches. Second-half goals from Pablo Fornals and Sergi Altamira gave Real Betis a 2-0 win at Sevilla in the Seville derby. The victory moved Betis to 5th. Sevilla, which has lost 5 of its last 6 league games, stayed 13th. The match was stopped for more than 15 minutes and players were sent to the locker rooms after objects were thrown onto the field by Sevilla fans behind one of the goals. Also Sunday, Kike Garcia scored an 86th-minute winner for 6th-placed Espanyol in a 1-0 win at 12th-placed Celta Vigo. Manager Hansi Flick seemed to be inconsolable in the wake of Barcelona's 3-1 victory against Alavés on Saturday night. And an explanation for why he appeared to be so upset has since emerged. Coming into the game off the back of a disappointing 3-0 loss against Chelsea in the Champions League, the Blaugrana found themselves trailing against their La Liga opponents inside 1 minute. Pablo Ibanez poked home after the hosts failed to deal with a corner, but Lamine Yamal then tied things up from close range just 7 minutes later after the ball was cut back to him by Rafinha. Barcelona gradually began to find their feet as the tie wore on and took the lead in the 26th minute through Dani Olmo. The Spanish international then tied things up in the 3rd minute of extra time with a smart finish after being played through on goal. Victory sent Barcelona above rivals Real Madrid at the top of La Liga, although Los Blancos could potentially return to the summit if they beat Girona on Sunday. However, despite the result, their manager, Flick, appeared to be incredibly upset after the final whistle. Footage showed the German sat on the sidelines of the Camp Nou while being consoled by Rafinha. The video didn't pick up what was said between the pair, but the head coach looked to be in some distress. Watch the footage of Flick below. Following the match though, Spanish outlet Cope and Helena Cundiz provided some more context around why Flick looked close to crying. She states that the German has become worn out this season, adding that he feels powerless because the team are not performing at the same level as they were last season when they won La Liga. The report went on to say that it's been a very tough week for Hansi Flick after the defeat in London, where he saw his side outclassed by Chelsea in the Champions League, with the West Londoners' social media team rubbing salt into the wounds afterwards. Although 3 points would have been a welcome sight for Flick, seeing his team go behind to Alavés so early on Saturday might have been a cause of additional frustration. Rafinha reveals what he told Flick. In the aftermath of the win against Alavés, Flick elaborated on what was said between himself and Rafinha on the touchline. According to Fabrizio Romano, the German said, "After the end of the match, Rafinha was telling me the same thing I said last time. We will improve. We will be much better in the upcoming matches." The Brazilian, who grabbed an assist in a standout performance, then elaborated on those comments in a separate interview. He believes that Barcelona need to raise their game if they are to succeed in all competitions this term. "The manager felt we could do more on the pitch. We know it too," Rafinha said. "That's his feeling. That the team isn't at its best, I agree, and we have to improve a lot. But the important thing was to win. I'm sure we'll come back and win games by playing well. But if there are games we win playing badly, I don't care, the important thing is to win." And there you have it, Jules. Barcelona's showdown with Atletico Madrid is more than just a league match. It's a statement opportunity, a chance to show that being top of La Liga isn't luck, and that Hansi Flick's project is truly moving forward. With Pedri returning, the team slowly regaining confidence, and Real Madrid continuing to drop points, the stage is perfectly set. Now the question is simple. Will Barcelona seize the moment? Will this be the game that finally changes the narrative of their season? Let me know your score predictions in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the latest breaking Barcelona news. Visca Barça!